Good day, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Executive Insights by Shipping and Freight Resource. I'm Harish Manadia, the founder of Shipping and Freight Resource, and today I have an incredible privilege to chat to Balaji Ardhanari, CEO of Sharif Group in Bahrain, and a very dear friend. Good morning, Bala, and welcome.
Good morning, Harish. Very nice to see you back.
Great. So, 135 years in business, and that too in the business of shipping, which is a great achievement. And this highlights the resilience, of course, of Al Sharif Group. What do you think is the biggest strength of the group that has allowed it to excel in this volatile atmosphere?
First of all, thank you for this lovely time with you. Yes, 135 years is a very long time. But I think you know the answer yourself. It's very simple. This foundation has been simply built on trust and relationship, nothing but that. And we are a people-centric organization, being in the service industry. It's all about the people, what we have and what they have done for over the years. So many people have done so many things over the last 135, 37 years. So we've kept it very simple. The foundation is built on trust and relationships. Nothing magical here.
So old school values, very good.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. And it still stands strong.
Yes, absolutely. And you are no stranger to legacy yourself. You've been in the industry, around 40 plus years or 40 years?
37, 38 years, I think.
38 years,
88
almost.
started.
Yeah, almost 40 years. So how did you start, and how did you end up heading one of the premier organizations in the Middle East?
It was a very humble start in the year 1988 with the United Line Agencies in Chennai as a sales executive for K-Line. Before that, I'd never even seen a container box, or I didn't care to look at it closely. But then, as you know very well, it was quite an exciting day those days. So it was there I began my career for 3 years in Chennai. Then I was fortunate enough to work with a very, very strong shipping group in Dubai for 20 years, Sharif Group. That's exactly where I learned the nuances of shipping and international trade. You know, Dubai is truly an international market. That's where I learned. And then 2009, I landed in Bahrain. So I'm here since.
Great. And how is it being the head of one of the best organizations in the Middle East?
It's very enjoyable. I feel honored, trusted, responsible, and because I work with one of the best teams I have ever worked with, so that makes my job a lot more easier. And I have learned so much from my 20-year stint in Dubai in Sharif Group, and it was a very disciplined culture there. So whatever I'm doing today is all because of the foundation and the learning that came with me in the last 35 years or 30 years. Because you know, we learn every day. Every day something new, we come across something new challenges, new solutions, new situation. So we keep learning, and I think we evolve over a period of time.
Absolutely. Like my favorite quote is, "Learning never exhausts the mind," by Leonardo da Vinci. We continue learning. And speaking about learning, what have we learned from these recent turmoils and continued supply chain disruptions? What are you seeing on the ground as a agency, as a freight forwarder? What are you seeing in the Middle East, especially, and especially from the perspective of Middle East, because it has remained part of the debate and the dialogue for a very long time?
You know, I will not go very long back, but I think COVID taught us a lot. It once again took us back to basics, forgetting all the things we have learned. We have to unlearn. That's what COVID did to all of us, which I'm sure. That was a great learning curve. we had to quickly change our ways of working and do things differently without any challenges in the supply chain, because supply chain was key to keeping each and every location, every country floating apart. And you know the kind of challenges we all had, we all saw. That's one thing. And last few years, Middle East has been in the limelight for various reasons. Having said that, resilience is the key. Challenges keep coming. So I am not a judge or a jury to say who's right, who's wrong. But then we need to adapt and change according to the situation given to us. There's nothing much one can do. Yes, there are huge problems and disruption to services, transit time, costing, supply chain planning, our promises to customer, but that's the way we go about it. And as long as what I've learned in these years is, as long as we are able to find a viable, workable, acceptable solution, customers do understand. They are well aware. Today's customer are well aware of what's happening around the world. They know. So you have to be nimble, lean, and very transparent with them. They understand. This is what all these times have taught us.
It's a very, very important factor, of course, the understanding of the customer. And from your years of experience, you must have somebody or some people who have, whether from the industry or outside, who have had a positive impression and in your work and life, and some philosophies and ways of working that you admire and follow. Who would those people be?
Oh, many. It is not that I've come on my own to be sitting here. I am sitting here. Many of them. But if I have to recall, honestly, like I said earlier, a few minutes earlier, my 20 years stint in Sharif Group, Dubai, taught me a lot. My master mentor, Mr. Sham Kapoor, I have learned a lot. And I was fortunate enough to be handheld and tutored by him on many occasions. That was a privilege we had those days in the 90s. And the market was totally different those days. It was not a freight forwarders market. It was a BCO market. Those days, our knowledge of shipping and geography was limited. Dubai and my mentorship there in those years helped me throughout my life. It's helping me even today. So that's something great. And on a personal note, my family values. My uncle, who's no more, he taught me a very valuable lesson. He said, "Bala, if you want to be in business, no matter what, you have to let the ego. There will be many situations, occasions where you may have to swallow your ego and then look at the bigger picture of the company's interest, your customer's interest. As long as you can keep that in mind, you will succeed." I think these two points are a great takeaway for me and helping me in my day-to-day life, even now. And plus, I was fortunate to be working with some of the great bosses in my career. That 20 years was unbelievable tenure in Sharif Group, and my boss was Mr. Kapil Telly all these years. I was lucky to have had him as my boss during those times. You know why I say that. It was something which I cannot forget.
Very good values, indeed. Now, as you mentioned earlier, the global shipping industry has changed several fold from the time of your entry into the business. What are some of the key aspects of the business that hasn't changed and in your view will never change?
I will come to that. Before that, I want to tell this for your viewers who may be very young and in the industry. 2,750 TEU vessel was an ocean-going vessel those days in 1988. When I worked for K-Line, those were the Humber Bridge, Rain Bridge, or the Bridge series. The mother vessel was 2750. So I don't think I have to elaborate more on that. Let's come to the main part of your question. What is not going to change, never going to change, no matter what? Customer connect. Standing with your customer, understanding your customer. No matter what technology is going to be, it will come. Technology will come, technology will go, it will get upgraded, will evolve. Customer connect, relationship, the customer. That's something never going to change. I will never compromise it for anything else. That's what I've learned, and that's what I stand for, and that's what I will do. Again and again and again. Never will change. And you know, I'm not going to quote any name. You know, many companies, many shipping lines, where they don't have a connect, where you talk to a voicemail, you know what happens. Customer connect is not going to change.
Absolutely, absolutely. And talking about legacy and those olden days and mother vessels being of a certain capacity and size, there is an increasing gap between legacy, whether it is business or people, and the current crop of tech-enabled businesses and people. How should businesses work on bridging this gap and working together? Because, for example, you and your company now have been on both sides of the fence. So how should we bridge this gap?
See, you adapt. You have to accept change. You don't accept change, the world will change. You'll be left behind. You have to be very nimble and very quick. See, I cannot. I can't be sitting in 1900 or my old legacy and then look. I will do like no. You have to adapt. You have to change according to market circumstances. You have to give a fine solution what today's customer want. That is the key. And you take your past experience like a bank. You have ready-made bank savings from your past experience. Whatever you have learned over 137 years or my legacy in 37 years, you bank on that experience, plus your new learning will bring you current solutions. That's the way I look at it. There could be many more areas, but this is how I keep it simple for myself.
Adapt or perish. That's the key.
Yeah, exactly. Because you can't forget the past. At the same time, I don't want to be left in the past. I want to keep my experience. I want to learn from. I don't want to forget my experience. At the same time, I want to be learning everything. For example, take today's technology. We were never using PCs 30 years back to prepare a message. Today, we thought that was the big leap. Today, we are talking instant communication, and everybody wants 24/7 responses within few minutes. Things have changed. You have to change. If I'm going to be still in my telex mode and fax mode, I'll be left behind.
Absolutely, absolutely. And talking about technology, there's also this big worry about AI replacing humans in working spaces, and especially in industries like shipping, because we have several repetitive processes, both in documentation, sales, or customer service. What is your view on this?
See, technology is a double-sided weapon. That's having said that, the world thought, or at least some of us thought, when internet came, jobs will be lost. This is what we thought. But what happened? So these are all evolving technologies. So you have to see how best we can use this to improve our productivity. Because there are so many mundane processes and repeat processes, as you said. Those things can be very well captured by modern technology and see how I can use my resources in a better way. I think it's only a boon as long as you know how to use it without losing your creativity.
Well said, well said. And finally, some words of wisdom to the up and coming generation of people in the industry from your experience and knowledge and expertise.
Only three things: relationship, relationship, relationship. Nothing else is going to. I will again go back to the reference, Mr. Sharif Group. He told me many years ago, why will your mother do anything for you? Because of your umbilical cord relationship with your mother. That's exactly the point. As long as you cultivate meaningful, honest, worthy relationship, everything will be manageable. We can do it.
Allah,
So
thank you
build
very much for
operations.
your time. With
My pleasure.
in spite of your busy day, and thank you for taking the time to talk to us and sharing some of
Pleasure.
your
Wonderful seeing you too.
yeah, it's
Wonderful
very good.
seeing you too. Take care. Be in touch.
Thank you. Will do.
Bye. Thank you.